Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Dylan.
What's up?
Today we are going to be going over some staff picks and getting into some new arrivals. We got a lot of new punk and metal reissues and new releases to get into this week. As always, if you see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, give the shop a ring, or just cruise by. We're open regular hours, 11 to 8, 7 days a week. So with that said, let's get into some staff picks here, some highlights from this week. And Dylan, you start off because I got a lot of records to talk about.
Yeah, this is new to me as of today. Fake Eyes, The Drip is all we know. New Morality Zine put this out. It's very nice, alternative, lo-fi thing. I'll tell you, there's a lot of guitar pedals going on and someone singing over it, but I don't know, it's just relaxing. It's fine. It puts in. It's a good vibe for people.
You said a guitar and singing?
Yeah, there's some guitar singing. It's crazy with a bunch of pedals going off. Whoa.
Anyways, we got a big order from Ebolition, which has a lot of underground punk and metal releases. So Sunday was a kind of a slow day, and I stayed a couple hours after and just really dug into everything there was. And there's a lot of releases, so we'll just go by rapid fire. These are the ones that kind of stuck out because I just played everything. This is the sole copy, unfortunately, that we were able to procure of the Paranoid LP. They're a great band out of Sweden. It's very I always feel like Motorhead gave us Discharge and Venom, and this is just all of that, just that school of music. Motorhead, Discharge, and Venom, and a little bit of anti-Semix for the Swedish influence. Really good record though, just fist banging material. You got these four records, which all look identical from this band. Not identical, but similar scope going on here from this band, Proclamation. And they were honestly pretty new to me. I know they've been around for a while, but I never really gave them a listen. Got to sit down with a couple of them. Really good war metal, bestial, blacket. No, it's sounds like they say Sarcophago and Beharit, and it's that's about right. So really good kind of bad vibe music. This is a group from Japan from the 90s called Blaze. Killer hardcore. I know they've had some EPs and singles that I've had, in the past, but to have everything kind of collected in one place is good. Really good burly 90s Japanese hardcore, MCR records, that sort of thing. Good stuff. This is another kind of a lot of stuff. We got a lot of releases from Nuclear War now, and a lot of that can blur in together. This band is called Apocryphal Revelation, which I just like the sound of, and I really just wanted to give a shout out to this artwork here, which I think is great. I really like that Devilman. Yeah. This is drawn by the bass player Zernobog. So shout out to Zernobog. Great art. Sit in a room and cut yourself music. Very reminded me of Vaughn, mostly in the recording. That's good. Blackened death metal, or just maybe black metal. I don't know. Fuck off. Anyways, this is a band from Russia called Fatum. Don't know how to pronounce it. They have done a split with Instinct of Survival. So if you have your ears to the heavy crust underground, maybe this name is familiar. And it's I was immediately drawn. So there's this band to their records because of the imagery. There was a band from Scotland in the 90s called Scatha, who were great. I think we also could call them Scaffa. Anyways, Scottish group, really good political crust hardcore, with focusing on kind of pagan Scottish folklore. And so to see a band kind of ape that imagery was too good of a reference point for me, and it lives up to that very just very good heavy crust, a lot of for Amoebics and Hellbastard and that sort of sound. These guys are great, really good sounding record, excellent stuff. This one, oh boy, okay, that's the name. We'll call it Numa Hagian. I don't think is the name of the band, but big whatever, because this is really good. It is on Spotify and everything, so if you want to look that up, I would suggest doing that. I guess it's I'm trying to think of how to describe it. The tones are very, the only kind of comparison I can think of would be early Meshuggah, or like the Celtic Frost album, Monotheist. So very, I don't know if, I'm sure it's like a certain tuning, like detuned or whatever, but I'm not, you know, musically inclined like that, so I'm not going to say for certain. But musically, it's a lot more primitive than that. It's like either like dirging or blasting, and not a whole lot in between. Just really good death metal with a great recording, really good drumming. It's just like like if you're a fan of blast beats, this is friggin' phenomenal. And really good vocals, powerful vocals. 10 songs on a 45 RPM 12-inch, so it goes by quick, which is nice because I feel like a lot of you know, newer death metal albums can drag a lot, but this is just a treat to listen to. I'd recommend that. And this band is a fucking mind blower. Morwan, again, they're on Spotify and probably other places, so you can look their music up. And it is from, I think, Russia, Eastern Bloc, like cold wave is kind of how it's pitched. And I'm like, all right, I'll listen to it. I'm very, what's the word? Picky about like newer post-punk bands. I think a lot of groups tend to have like, they'll find like the kind of, they'll dial in like the tones of everything, but then they don't really have the songs to make for an interesting record. But this record, I was like, my mouth was open, like what, like listen, like every moment that's like something new is gonna happen, and it just goes in such crazy places. I feel like whoever wrote this had was kind of going off of like the dynamics of like electronic music or dance music particularly, where it's like there'll be long spaces where it gets kind of sparse and then like a beat comes in, and because you've built up these long stretches without really a direct beat, it hits really hard. So this is just an amazingly effective album. I think this is going to be one probably where if I play it in the store a lot, I'll probably sell it, because I think anyone who hears it is just so left of center and so unique that it's I can't imagine not falling in love with that one really quickly. And lastly, also on the Nuclear War Now front, let it never be said that they don't have range. This is a reissue of some Hawaiian private metal from the mid 80s, originally on the Azra label. They did like the first Jag Panzer 12-inch, and I feel like there's some connection to Mystic Records with that label that I can't quite place, but just a suspicion. Anyways, Hawaiian female-fronted metal featuring, which I didn't know until I was like midway through listening to it. I checked the credits. Marty Friedman, the Marty Friedman from Megadeth, which really just got me thinking, like, man, who had a better life than Marty Friedman? He was like hanging out in the early 80s. If you were into metal and lived in Hawaii in the early 80s, I don't know that there's anyone who's had a better life than you. Just those two factors. Then, so yeah, if you were just a fan of metal, let alone making it so well that you become like a renowned guitar player and could do like solo shred material, which he did, then like as a postscript to an already incredible time, you are like involved with Megadeth during like their peak years commercially, and I would argue with, you know, Rust in Peace, you know, like artistically too, just involved in their most fruitive time. So yeah, this is all, and now he lives in Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking it up to make sure that was the right guitar player I was thinking of. But yeah, he's just in Japan now.
Who's lived a better life? You hang out for Megadeth with like during their peak decade, like don't have to struggle to get big, don't have to deal with the decline going down. You're right, euthanasia, and you know, there's some other ones, but like, you know, basically dip before it gets really bleak for the group. And then yeah, now you're just hanging out in Japan and just shredding. Marty Friedman, a friggin' legend. And this is kind of where that a big piece of that story. Really great if you like, you know, classic metal records. This is about as this is great. This qualifies. Good job, Vixen. Shall we get into this? You don't do New Year's resolutions, do you?
No, I mean I used to. Not so much now.
Kind of silly. It is my New Year's resolution to go 1 month without soda.
Okay. Fair enough. I kind of just play it by ear.
It's like a super cliche thing, right? You want to lose weight on like for a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, that's like everyone's.
It's everyone's. Yeah. So what's there to do other than lose? I mean, I guess read books. You could read books.
Yeah, take courses.
Like
classes,
learn
I
to do
guess.
something. My New
Yeah.
Year's resolution is to.
Learn how to do something.
I like how we're talking in like hypotheticals
Yeah,
about
I'm not doing
bettering
this.
yourself.
Yeah.
What do people do to better? What do people who aren't just terrible?
Let me tell you what I'm not doing.
I
Try not to spend money.
Yeah, I guess finance can be an issue.
Yeah, I know. Buying stuff.
You
I
probably-
guess I just dropped like $400 on something for life.
What's that?
My arm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for people listening, that's a tattoo.
Yeah, I have a tattoo of 400.
You didn't buy like a robotic extension on your arm.
I bought it.
Spent $400 on my arm, bro.
Yeah,
I got
I'm a
it.
robot.
I got that go gadget wrist.
You know, like Cyborg's arm cannon. No. It was only $400.
It's crazy fucking.
I was surprised it was.
You go to
in the
TJ. They got all kinds of
I was
deals.
surprised it was in the 3-digit range, but and under 500. Quite frankly, I was shocked.
They call it the cyborg too. They call. You would think that was like a. I'm sure there's some issues with like DC Comics and their proprietary, IPs. But like I said, if someone's doing robot arms on you,
Yeah, Cyborg.
they can. Yeah, it's like it's like when the ice cream trucks have like SpongeBob SquarePants on the side of them.
Yeah.
It's like they're breaking the law, but no one's gonna sue an ice cream truck. No one's going after the guy that says he's gonna give you arms like Cyborg. Specifically, not cybernetic arms either, but arms like Cyborg from Teen Titans.
For the cyborg arm.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I guess I don't know. I guess every year I try not to. I try to make myself a promise to not spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somehow I just do, but
But I would rather buy like a Venom shirt or something that like I can't fit into.
Yeah,
'cause I'm
no.
fucking fat.
that's why you're quitting soda and we're gonna eat Del Taco later.
Yeah, the health food.
Yeah.
We all know it's going down.
Yeah, I know.
All right, YouTube comments. Let's get into it. We only have one, and it's a very nice comment. It made me happy to read. John Bailey says, "Happy New Year's, guys. Thank you for keeping the record store business alive. So glad 2020 is behind us. I hope that sales continue to grow for this year. Peace out, John Bailey." And yeah, that was 6 days ago, and it's been quite 6 days since. So 2020, bye. 2021. Let's they say I'm a dreamer. They say I'm an optimist. But I think for the rest of the year, let's kind of try to do a little bit less domestic terrorism. Less domestic terrorism, less pestilence.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that was that. We're starting really rocky because so far there's been pretty bad spike in both. But that was the rest of the year we got a whole year to make slightly less domestic terror and pestilence, and hopefully it will be a good year. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you around. Peace. Who's lived a better life?